Hello, good people of YouTube, Mountbatten here, and today we are talking about the Commander rework, and why I'm a little bit worried about it at the moment. Now, the thing is, today, well, the day that this video is coming out will be Thursday. This is the day that Wargaming usually releases new dev blogs, and of course talks about upcoming items and features on their stream. So, it is very possible that some of my fears can either be put aside or confirmed today, depending upon what we hear from Wargaming later on today. But right now, I have quite a few worries about the Commander rework system. Not because of the change to secondaries like we talked about before, but just that we haven't heard much from it. Like, at all. We haven't heard anything. There hasn't been another dev blog. To my knowledge, there hasn't been any posting on the World of Warships website, or even on the Facebook page, or any of their other social media sites, except for the initial development blog posts. Now, development blog posts are, of course, things that are in testing, and usually aren't coming out for some time. However, according to the previous dev blog, well, not previous dev blog, only dev blog on the Commander rework, they are going to update the Commander skills in 0.9.11, which, if you don't know, is the next patch. So, this is concerning because, well, it could mean one of two things. One, they've shelved it, and they're either pushing it back or they've decided it's too much trouble, they're not going through with it. Which you would think they would have announced by now, given that we are pretty darn close to 9.11 coming out, that has been the case. Or two, they are straight up just going to dump it on us in 9.11. But again, the amount of silence on this subject could, of course, mean, like I just said, that it has been shelved and they're pushing it back, because in the dev blog they do say they are going to go through several stages of testing and will monitor our feedback, implying that they will have several public test sessions of this rework, just like they're doing with the submarines right now. And I have commended Wargaming on their handling of submarines. They're taking their time, they're going very slow. They've had several rounds of public testing, and it sounds like they are going to have several more rounds of public testing in the future. They have most definitely listened to our feedback and implemented features that many players requested. So that gave me a little bit of hope for the Commander rework. And if they are really going to go through with it and just dump it on us in 9.11, then I don't think so. And it's not going to go well, of course, because that's what happened with the CV rework. I think there was, one or two public test sessions of CVs on the test server, and then we got it full force. And if you were around back when it dropped in, I think it was, 8.0, it was an absolute mess for the next couple of months. And newer players now that aren't having the best of times with CVs, you guys have no idea what it was like before. It was so much worse. CVs were, on one day, the hand of God. On the next day, after the next hotfix, they were barely noticeable and just kind of an annoyance. And they would swing back from, just hand of God to barely influencing the match. And we played that seesaw for 2 or 3 months almost. And I would think that this isn't the case, because, again, Wargaming seems to have learned their lesson from the CV rework. They have been very open about the submarines. They've been very open even about future events that didn't go so well in the past, like the dockyards. In the last couple of dockyard events, they have released all directives beforehand where you can go through, see everything for yourself, and just see what the directives are and such, because of what happened with the Puerto Rico incident. But something like the Commander rework hasn't been done before, so I'm not sure if they are just assuming that it's going to go fine, which I wouldn't think so, again, just based upon how things have happened in the past in this game, or they have shelved it, which I hope is the case. Now, they could, of course, have changed their timetable, of course, with submarines on the horizon and of a lot of new features and mechanics being changed or added into the game, they could have most certainly pushed it back, because this is a big change to the game, guys. This is a bigger change than the CV rework, and this will be a bigger change than adding in submarines, because this is changing the core captain skills, which have a very, very, very big impact on your ship, how it performs, and of course how you build your ship. And my favorite build, the secondary build on Germans, will most definitely be affected by this. Right now, it's looking like secondaries are going to be less accurate. You're not going to be able to have laser secondaries like we have right now. Well, laser secondaries aren't really apply to the American battleships, but you aren't going to be able to have extremely focused secondaries like we have right now on the German battleships anymore. But you might get a bit more range, so it's going to be a bit of a different ordeal. And again, we'll see how that plays out. But that's the thing, too. They said that they were going to extend the range of some battleship secondaries, and they also mentioned several other things that they were going to tweak and announce at a later time. And again, we just haven't heard anything. There's been no test sessions so far, no public test sessions at least. I'm sure super testers have gotten their hands on some of these captain skills, and, well, of course, they can't tell us anything. There hasn't been a test server put up for a public test or anything at all. It's been completely silent. And, of course, we're all just kind of like, what's going on? And Wargaming isn't saying anything. And again, this could all just be moot today if they come out this evening and say, yeah, we've pushed it back, or this is what we're planning on doing with it first. And it could also mean, reading it again in the dev blog, that they plan to update the skills in 9.11. They could just be replacing the current commander skills that we have right now with the new skills. Which, even that, would be a very big change. Because, well, a lot of the skills aren't what they are now. Like, Adrenaline Rush is being moved to a 3-point skill. In my opinion, that makes sense. That's a very, very, very popular skill that just about everybody takes. I actually don't know why you would not take Adrenaline Rush on any ship at all. Even on carriers, makes your planes go faster. So that makes sense to me. And some other skills are being moved around. I think IFHE got broken up into like 2 separate skills now. So even just changing the skills that we have now is a very, very, very big thing. And they haven't tested it. They haven't gotten our feedback on it just yet. So dumping this just straight up on the live server, even just updating the skills, is a very bad idea in my humble opinion. They should, of course, test this first on a test server, or on the PT server, or make their own test server like they did with the submarines and with the CV rework. But it just, I don't know. I'm just going to have a bad feeling about this, even beforehand, when this was still this announcement came out, and I think September 1st, and it's November 18th as of me recording the audio for this. The changes that they are suggesting are going to fundamentally change the game and how you play. It's going to affect a lot of ships. A lot of ships, you won't be able to play them like you used to be able to. And this is something that, like I said before in the first video covering this, that they need to take their dear sweet time with. In my personal opinion, this doesn't even need to come out until after submarines have been released and have been properly balanced. So, like, middle of 2021 is when I would, if I was Wargaming, is when I would start to mess with this, because right now all of the devs' attention needs to be on implementing submarines correctly into the game and well balanced. But if they try to put the commander rework out and the submarine rework out, or submarine reworked, add in submarines right after one another, I don't think that's going to go very, very well, because you're going to have all these new commander skills on top of players trying to get used to fighting against submarines, which, I mean, we don't know the timetable for submarines. Like I've said, early 2021, maybe February or March, and then trying to squeeze this commander rework right in just before the subs come out is going to be a mess. And what's really funny too is that they don't show the submarine icon in the development block for the commander skill rework, which I do have that linked in the description down below if you haven't read the article yet or haven't heard about it yet, please go check it out. A whole lot of stuff's changing, and they do have a spreadsheet, ironically, of all the new commander skills, and you can see what they are proposing. And you know, I could be wrong. Like I said, by the time this video comes out and you guys are watching it, they could have come out and announced either they've pushed back the date for introducing it into the game, or they've shelved it for now. And it wouldn't be that rare of a thing for it to be shelved. There's been plenty of times where Wargaming has done more than just, you know, release something on a development blog, and we just never hear about it again. They've shown video of breakable terrain in the game. We never heard of that. They showed video of the convoy escort mode. We've never seen that outside of operations. They've showed video of, well, if you remember, like the Republic's funnel was supposed to rotate. That never made it into the game. Not that that's a big feature or anything, but that's something that was shown off in a video and just never made it into the game. So it wouldn't be that rare of a thing that they just announced it, said it's in test, and maybe they tested it and it just doesn't work and they've just dropped it. But it would be nice to know that that has occurred and that they aren't just going to dump this on us in 9.11. So right now, my inkling is that it's been postponed, because I don't see them just dumping this on us full out when 9.11 drops. If they do, I think it's going to be a huge mess, and it's going to be, again, CV rework all over again with just a mess of hot fixes for about 2 or 3 months, and it's going to make the game pretty miserable and stressful to play, and, well, annoying too if they do dump this on us all at once. But anyway, guys, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Again, please check out the development blog for the Commander rework. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to drop a like and subscribe to the channel. We passed 19,000 subscribers yesterday, guys. That is absolutely awesome. Cannot thank you guys enough for that. We are just 1,000 subscribers away from our goal of 20,000 by the end of 2020. Please help us get there. And when we get there, I am doing quite a large giveaway. So get us there so we can go ahead and do that giveaway. Anyway, guys, hope you're having a wonderful Thursday. Hope you enjoyed the video. And I hope to catch you guys in the next one.